Bring in Katie Glueck. She's a senior political correspondent for McClatchy in D.C., and she joins us from Washington. So, Katie, you heard Speaker Ryan's remarks. He says good progress is being made on health care. What are your sources telling you about the support for this revised bill?
Well, the Speaker said good progress, perhaps. He did not say that he has the votes or when a vote might be scheduled. And, even as we speak, we are hearing about some members of Congress coming out and saying they are not there in terms of supporting this health care effort. What we are hearing is that if the House is not able to get something through on this week, there is certainly the risk of a lot of lost momentum as we head into the recess period next week.
So the president told Bloomberg this week that the new bill is, quote, every bit as good on pre-existing conditions as Obamacare. Is that the same thing that you are hearing from Republican leadership?
Well, there's actually a number of differences here between where a lot of rank-and-file House Republicans are on this question of just how far a proposed health care proposal should go as it relates to covering pre-existing conditions versus what the president has said. And so, we are still kind of waiting to hear about what the exact details may be, if there is, some sort of renegotiation happening here. It doesn't look like we're at that point, but certainly some people were reading into those comments and wondering if there was a little bit more room for that. But of course, we're hearing from House leadership this morning that, now is the time to make a decision on it. So we'll see if they have the votes.
Katie, we also had Speaker Ryan reacting to a tweet the president sent out this morning about the spending bill that was negotiated in Congress, saying that the country needs a good, quote, shutdown. He said a good shutdown to fix the mess in Congress. I want to play a little bit of how Speaker Ryan reacted to that and talk about it on the other side.
Look, we've got a long ways to go between now and September, but I share the president's frustration. What a lot of people in America don't realize is appropriation bills, they take 60 votes to pass. They can be filibustered. And so all appropriation bills, therefore, have to be bipartisan because Democrats can always filibuster an appropriations bill. Having said all of that, I feel very good about the wins that we got with the administration in this bill.
So, Katie, the president suggesting that a good shutdown might be needed make it very hard, and I could see sort of Speaker Ryan had a bemused expression on his face, but it makes it harder if a shutdown happens to blame the opposition, right?
Certainly. Well, and look, what Republicans will acknowledge privately and some of them publicly is that Republicans control Washington right now. There's a Republican White House, Republican Senate. And so, as they are looking ahead to the 2018 midterms, there is this strong sense that they need to get some things done because they're the ones in charge. So it does certainly make it more challenging to blame, possible lack of productivity on the other side because they're the ones running the show here.
So, Katie, let's talk a little bit about foreign policy. We are waiting to hear more about this phone call between President Trump and Vladimir Putin. They have spoken before, but this would be the first phone call since the U.S. Missile strike in Syria. And, the president has said that U.S.-Russian relations are at an all-time low. So what is he hoping to accomplish with this phone call?
Well, as you noted, it's going to be the first conversation since the airstrikes. And of course, before that, President Trump was someone who certainly was open to making all kinds of overtures to Russia, to Vladimir Putin. Obviously, things got a bit rocky amid the Syrian developments. And so this is an opportunity for them to reconnect after that. And so it will certainly be interesting to see what path this relationship ends up taking and what role the phone call may play there.
So, Katie, Vladimir Putin, Rodrigo Duterte, the president of the Philippines, he's been condemned by human rights groups for slaughtering thousands of his countrymen in his war on drugs. He called perhaps meeting the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, the president saying that it would be an honor to do so. He's been criticized for sort of seemingly to embrace these totalitarian leaders. What are you hearing from lawmakers about the president's positions on some of these leaders?
I can tell you in the foreign policy community in Washington broadly, there is a lot of concern about the language that the president has used about a number of these other foreign leaders. There's the concern that, if you speak maybe too warmly, too openly, that undercuts the U.S. ability to take a leadership role in calling for reforms as it relates to human rights. So, certainly a lot of concern. They don't want to see the president getting too close to people that are, widely generally viewed as strongmen. At the same time, the White House, Sean Spicer was, of course, pressed on this repeatedly. And, his response was that these are the people that are in charge. These are the people that we've got to be working with, because, this is just who's in power. And so, as the U.S. is taking a look at how to deal with broader challenges like North Korea, these are the players that's sort of the cards that have been dealt.
Katie Glueck, thank you so much.
Great to be with you. Thank you.